for the Bucks. Their season's in danger of slipping away, but still, it's not too late. With a strong push here over the last few games, they could earn a play-in spot.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Tatum at the 4 with Kata in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. And for Milwaukee, Kyle Kuzma out there with Miles Turner. Then there's Kevin Porter, and it's Jang in at the 3. We know things can get heated between these two, Grant. No love lost in this matchup.
And that competitive fire, it grows when you're in the same conference. You get to see each other so often. You know, B.A., I think we're in for some good theater in this one.
Now here's Kuzma. Pass to Turner from downtown. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. And Boston pushing it up now. Here's White. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
I like how composed White is. Even with the contact, he stays locked in.
Rollins passes to Porter. Here's Jang. Here's Rollins. Last game out, 36 points for him. Clock at 4. Jang gets the bucket.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Outside Tatum. Outside Brown. Down low. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. And here's Porter outside. Kata pulls it in. Brown looking around to the paint. White for 3. Porter against Tatum. Tatum draws the double. And here's Brown for 3. They get it back. Beyond the arc. And White hits from deep. White's got 5 points.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Pass to Rollins. On the wing, Kuzma. Outside Porter. Over White. Porter's shot is off. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Outside White. Drops in the layup for 2. 7 points in the game.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Well, Stan, how about Bucks coach Doc Rivers? This season has moved into 6th on the all-time wins list.
Well, B.A., an amazing accomplishment for Doc Rivers passing George Karl. And within reach now of 4th all-time if he can stay at it a little longer.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Down low. Here's Kuzma. And he gets that one.
Yeah, give credit to Kuzma for taking the contact so well. Excellent work powering the shot through.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Kata. Oh, stolen by Turner. Here's Jang. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Porter in the post. He's guarded by White. Porter's shot is off. And Brown has got the ball here for the Celtics. Tatum finds White. Boston again missing. Bucks trail by 4. Now here's Porter. Here's the 3. Kata pulls it in.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
The kick out to White. Outside, Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And let's take a look now at some numbers for him.
He's been playing a larger role in their offense over the past 5 games. And we see that in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
And here's Kuzma, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Turner, a screen on Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Rollins passes to Kuzma, shoots over Tatum. Boston with a rebound. They've traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks and came away with the win.
And they came away with the win because everyone contributed. The starters, the bench, they all played as a unit.
Yeah, give credit to those guys for playing with such aggressiveness. It makes a huge difference when you get that kind of boost from your second unit.
Outside Porter. Pass to Rollins. Kuzma down low. Tatum's there. Count that bucket. Kuzma's got his second bucket on the night.
Strong finish for Kuzma. He knows when to get aggressive and fights his way to the basket.
Outside, Brown. Now Tatum lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Rollins. Pass to Turner. Here's Rollins. Fires for 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Nice ball movement by Boston. White, the pass to Tatum. Knocks down the triple. Tatum's got 6 points.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Pass to Porter. Kuzma against Tatum. Now here's Kuzma. Not a lot of room. And he banks in the layup. Kuzma's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Celtics lead by 8. White looking it over. Here's Kata. Tatum against Kuzma. Left side Tatum. Over Kuzma. And it falls all over the rim and in. Give him 8 points now.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Garza's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Tatum. Here's the 2K leaderboard showing us the teams with the best free throw percentage. 5th best, Boston.
And this is a team that knocks down their free throws at an elite rate. Whoever they go up against should always try to avoid fouling them at all costs.
Kuzma with the ball. 6 points for him. There's a screen by Jang. Here's Rollins. 5 to shoot. Here's Kuzma. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Boston leading by 10. To the middle. Here we go, one-on-one. No good, off the front rim. Milwaukee has gone just 1 of 6 from downtown. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you." Back to you guys.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Here's Hauser. Following the score by Milwaukee. He drops it from range. White's got 10.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And it's blocked.
Well, his lack of offensive contribution has definitely been felt tonight. They could have used way more from him.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Here's Jang, averaging around 6 a game. Ooh, it's stolen away. On the break. And he lobs it up top. And Brown with the stuff.
A big athletic finish by Brown, polishing off the lob pass with authority.
Rollins passes to Porter. Over Pritchard. That has to be encouraging. Sinking one after missing his first 5.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Pass to Brown. Here's Garza. 3-pointer. Fires in the triple. And the Celtics lead by 16.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Whoa, Myers, Turner. That was impressive.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A line change here for Milwaukee. Boston making a switch here. So it's Boston now. It's a 14-point game. They come into this one having outplayed the Thunder in their last game.
And a quick look at the stats after that game. They were phenomenal from the charity stripe.
Well, they worked very hard to earn those whistles, playing assertive basketball and going right into the defender.
There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, BA, for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
The first free throw is good. Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla is a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, BA, he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
And so Tatum nails both of them. And we know how loyal Giannis is to Milwaukee, but trade rumors continue.
Yeah, it's just a reality when you have a superstar player but not much of a title shot. The sense is Giannis deserves to make another run at it somewhere.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Right side Pritchard, inside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Now here's Green. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Here's Tatum. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Well, look, adding unnecessary difficulty to a shot is something that drives coaches crazy. Stick to the basics whenever you can.
Now here's Green. Still no points. Trent outside. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Portis. And the layup is good off the glass.
Yeah, when Portis gets the ball down there, he goes to work. Bobby has a nice blend of touch and size.
Tatum. He connects. And now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
Now here's Green. Pass to Prince. No good with the triple. And so it's Boston liking their chances, ending the And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got Jason Tatum, and it's Gonzalez in at the 3. Walsh is checked in for Boston.
Jordan Wall.
The Bucks trail by 15. Now Nance. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Trent outside. From the wing. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
An easy 2 on the layup. Tatum's got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, no question Tatum can take over a game at a moment's notice.
Here's Trent. Green for 3. The rebound, Celtics. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Pritchard. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Shireman. He's guarded by Nance. And it's Tatum missing.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
And here is Green. Back to Trent. And that comes off the assist by Green. Trent's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Loving the skill Trent has inside. Just finding a crack in the armor to get the bucket.
Outside Tatum. The 3. Good. And that makes him 6 for 9. A quality game for him so far.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Pass to Shireman. Outside Tatum. Off target from three-point range.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Outside Pritchard. That 3's off the mark. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 16. There's no question. Peyton Pritchard has one of the best value contracts in the league.
Sure does, B.A. He's on a 4-year, $30 million deal, signed back in 2023. He's a tireless worker, a talented scorer, playmaker, and, of course, outside shooter.
Catching up on the changes for Milwaukee. Jang, he's checked in for Nance. Rollins comes in for Prince. And it's Porter Jr. in for Trent. Here's Walsh, still without a bucket. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. I've wondered, of all the things you can teach players, can you teach great passing?
I really don't think you can, B.A. You can teach solid fundamental passing. You can teach guys to make fewer mistakes by better use of fundamentals. But the great passers have great vision, and I just don't think that's something you can teach. I think that's something that guys gain over their time and experience playing the game of basketball.
Porter against Pritchard. Outside for Green. Puts up a 3. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Boston leading by 18. Pass to Walsh. Outside, Brown. Shot clock at 5. Boston needs to get off a shot here. Three-pointer, Pritchard, good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Jang. Green, a screen from deep. Here's Portis. And then Portis with the dunk.
This team trusts Portis to make those saves, cleaning the offensive glass and then using his size to get a bucket.
Outside, Brown. There's a screen. The 3 is up. Porter pulls it in. Bucks trail by 19. Here's Portis. And the layup falls. Portis has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Outside Tatum. Jang pulls it in. The Bucks have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Outside for Porter. Pass to Portis. Back to Porter. Portis, the pass to Jang. And here's Green from the arc. Rebound Boston. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. To the inside. And the basket by Shireman. Shireman's gotten his first basket of the night.
You love how Tatum gets others involved. He doesn't want to do it all by himself out there.
Porter, the pass to Jang. And here's Portis. Pass to Porter. Lets the 3 fly. Well, he's now 2 for 7 after that bucket.
Yeah, incredible range. Porter Jr. can cash you in from distance. He certainly did there.
Brown passes to Tatum. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line in this one. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Green. Boston also changing it up. Cada's checked in for Walsh. Hauser comes in for Shireman. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028. I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Again, the miss by Boston. And so it's Kuzma who brings up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. 19-point game. Porter with it. He's got 5. Turner, a screen on Brown. Rollins passes to Turner. The kick out to Kuzma. Connects from downtown. Kuzma's got 9.
Yeah, range check there for Kuzma, and he knocks it down.
White against Porter. Outside, Brown. Baseline jumper, and that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Rollins. No points yet. Hits a three-pointer.
Yeah, when Kuzma has this kind of game, good luck slowing him down.
Boston leading by 15. Outside, Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. With the 7-footer. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And the Bucks with the possession here. Following the bucket by Boston. Kuzma. And it's in there. He's got 14.
And Kuzma has a knack for making difficult shots, especially around the rim.
Pass to Tatum. Over Kuzma. And Boston again with the bucket.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
The Bucks trail by 17. Porter, the pass to Kuzma. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Outside White. Pass to Tatum. Takes a 3. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Kuzma finds Porter. Back to Kuzma. Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
Listen, it's a team sport, but without him, this deficit would be a lot bigger.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it. And what does his team want from him?" He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Guys, back over to you.
An impact player. Thank you, Allie. Here's White. After Milwaukee picked up a 3 with their last shot. Outside Tatum. The 3 ball. And the Celtics another 3.
A strong start. And if anything, he's gotten better in the second quarter.
Porter, the pass to Kuzma. Here's the 3. Queta pulls it in. Queta's got 4 rebounds in the game. Down low. Here's Tatum. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Tatum's got 33.
Getting off the floor with ease. Tatum can beat good defense with his athleticism.
Turner, a screen on White. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. On the wing, Kuzma, hounded by Tatum. And here's Turner from the arc. Pure from 3-point range. Turner's got 7 points in the game.
And their offense seems to be coming around. Now they're shooting upwards of 50% from the field.
Tatum against Kuzma. Pritchard's checked in for Hauser.
Second team foul. Checking in for the Celtics, number 11, Peyton Pritchard.
Here's Pritchard, giving them some good production, putting up just around 16.5 points a game. Clock at 6. Tatum from long range. Porter pulls it in. Bucks trail by 18. Kuzma outside. 40 seconds left in the half. On the wing, Porter. Give him 8 points now. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. The Celtics shooting at a fantastic 68% from the floor. Pass to White. Outside Pritchard. From down in the low post, it goes. Pritchard's got 5 points now in the quarter. Kuzma against Tatum. Kuzma, the pass to Porter. Kuzma outside. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for the Celtics. Getting it done from range. He's hit 6 triples so far. Game after this break.
Hey there, everybody. Jason Tatum has put his stamp on this game, looking so dominant so far.
You see the maturity in Tatum? Yeah, he's developed a skill, but it's also his mindset. He knows he has to be a great leader if this team is going to do great things.
Sage words from the 4-time NBA champion.
Should have been 5.
Let's take a moment now and swing on over to the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference.
You look at the Celtics, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part, the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. They host the Hawks after this one. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. They've got Kevin Porter, Kyle Kuzma out there with Miles Turner. And it's Rollins in at the shooting guard position. That's Doc Rivers 5 as we get into the second half.
What a move by Tatum, finishing strong at the rim.
Kuzma, the pass to Rollins. The 3 is up. Dang, shot is off. Celtics lead by 22. Outside, Brown. Pass to White. Six to shoot. No good with a jumper from the wing. Milwaukee shooting it well, almost 50% from the floor. Here's Rollins, defended by Hauser. Rollins passes to Sajang. Jacks up a 3, counted from distance. Jang's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Kuzma against Tatum. Pass to Keita. The kick out to White. The 3. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Jang passes to Rollins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rollins has got his first basket.
I'd like to see them run more plays for him. Maybe something in motion to make it harder for the defense to deny the ball.
Outside, Brown. Boston again missing.
They've had a quiet start to this half, hitting just one of their first 4 attempts.
Porter, the pass to Turner. It's tipped. Here's Queta, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Here's Tatum, and finished off by Tatum.
He's their go-to. They keep calling his number, and he delivers.
Bucks trail by 19. And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
Well, shutting down his three-point production has to be top of mind for this coaching staff. A new defensive approach is a must.
Ladies and gentlemen, your varsity MC.
Let's use this break to have a look at the best defensive teams this season, according to the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Number 1, the Celtics.
Well, they allow the fewest points per game in the league. Sometimes that can be a factor of pace, but safe to say, when you're number 1, your team is elite at the defensive end.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Back to Jang. Kuzma outside. From behind the arc. Boston pulls it in. Queta's got rebound number 7 tonight. Boston leading by 19. Outside White. Six on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Another score. His 5th make out of 10 tries.
And White knows he has the green light to fire from deep. Great looking 3-ball there.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Turner, a screen on Tatum. To the paint. And it's Turner, that time on the assist from Kuzma. Turner's got 9 points.
Well, you really have to body Turner to slow him down. He's got plenty of muscle on that frame.
Hey, yo, right here.
Now here's Brown. He's got 10. To the middle. Oh, stolen by Turner. Pass to Porter. Here's Jang. There's the triple. On target from range. Jang's got 6 in the quarter.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for him.
Inside. Here's Queta. Sinks that one from the post. And the Celtics lead by 19.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Outside Porter. Pass to Turner. Fade away. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. 11 points in the game.
What a smooth jumper from Turner. So good at nailing it.
Porter against White for 3. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 4 rebounds now.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
Back to Porter. From outside the arc. Boston pulls it in. 22 was their biggest lead. Outside White. On the wing, Tatum. Defended by Kuzma. Crafty move. And finished off by Tatum.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
Pass to Rollins. Porter with a screen on Brown. On the wing, Kuzma. Now Turner. He's got 11. Here's Rollins. Shoots over Brown. Rollins no good. White against Porter. White, good. White's got 5 points in the quarter.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Kuzma with a screen on Brown. Rollins passes to Kuzma. Nice D from Tatum.
Despite the defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort.
The kick out to White. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And a moment to check out who the Boston Celtics have coming up. On Friday, the Atlanta Hawks come to town, kicking off a homestand for them. Then on Sunday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets.
And you know, for that matchup with Atlanta, they obviously have the upper hand coming into that one, but don't expect a blowout. It could turn into a real battle.
Green's checked in for Porter Jr. The Celtics also with a sub. Garza's checked in for Queta. Kuzma for 3. Boston pulls it in. Brown's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Garza. Oh, a deep 3 from Tatum. Rebounded by the Bucks. Jang's got 4 rebounds now.
Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite gotten his touchback since the break.
Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Here's Kuzma. They double him with White. White against Kuzma. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
Pass to Brown. Now here's White. Here's Garza. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
First personal foul.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
Pritchard's checked in for Hauser. And for the Bucks, they're shooting a disappointing 38%. Pass to Jang. Here's Rollins. Kuzma for 3. Garza grabs the board.
Yeah, and he seems to have lost his rhythm all of a sudden. This has not been his quarter.
Now Pritchard. It's Brown on the wing. And here's Tatum. Outside Pritchard. Let's go with a 3. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Pritchard's got 8.
Well, for him, it hasn't been a big night. With his reputation, they've used him more as a decoy.
Kuzma outside. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
The Bucks making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Outside Pritchard. Here's Garza. Give him 8 points now. Tatum gets the bucket.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Portis outside. Down low. Here's Kuzma. They can't stop the run with that one.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
And out of bounds, Milwaukee will have it.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
And the Bucks with some changes. Prince comes in for Jang. And it's Gary Trent Jr. in for Rollins. Green against Pritchard. Green, the pass to Trent. Here's Prince. Pass to Kuzma. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
First personal foul.
And let's check in on the league's top three-point shooters this season. These are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Second is Bobby Portis.
Well, the shooting percentage he's cultivated from deep range is so impressive. His three-point shot is about as good as you can hope for.
Garza passes to Tatum. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Tatum's got 11 points here in the second half.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Portis outside. Pass to Kuzma. Trent outside. Looking to win the run. And he takes it up and lays it in. Trent's got 6.
Look, that's an opportunity you don't pass up.
Kuzma against Tatum. From 8 feet away. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's Kuzma who brings up the ball for the Bucks. Here's Portis. And a nice finish on the layup. Give him 8 points now.
Well, the defense was there, but big Bobby Portis made a tough shot. A high-level basketball play.
Here's Gonzalez. No points so far. Garza passes to Pritchard. To the middle. And there it is for him.
And I respect the strategy. Despite the sizable lead, you got to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
Now here's Green. Trent outside. There's the 3. Garza grabs the board. Garza's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pritchard against Green. Tatum from long range. Oh my! Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Second team.
The length, quickness, and IQ Tatum possesses makes him a nightmare matchup, and it's why defenders end up fouling him.
And he's good on the first of 3.
Well, look, what makes Tatum special is he helps you in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and on the glass.
Catching up on the changes for Milwaukee. Nance comes in for Kuzma, and it's Porter Jr. in for Prince. Good on the second one.
And listen, Jason Tatum is one of the very best players in the world. He does everything well, can fill in wherever, the type of player who covers up your weaknesses.
And he can't make it 3 for 3. And when it comes to rebounding on a per-minute basis, Bobby Portis is one of the best, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, he takes pride in that part of the game. Really active, aggressive. The team feeds off his energy.
Portis, some nice passing by Milwaukee here. And it's Green missing. And for Boston, they're shooting very well. 66% for the game and looking really strong. Tatum finds Pritchard. Back to Tatum. Here's Gonzalez. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 4 assists in the game. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Boston out in front, opening up a huge gap. And 4th quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. They've got Charles Bassey, and it's Shireman in at the shooting guard. Now here's Trent. Three-pointer, no good. Now here's Bassey, guarded by Trent. Bassey, the pass to Pritchard. In your career, Stan, you coach contending teams, as well as teams that had little to no expectations.
Yeah, B.A., give me the contending teams. Give me the talent and the expectations and pressure that goes with it. Listen, coaches just want as much chance to succeed as they can have. And when you've got the best players, you've got the best chance to win. And the pressure that goes with it is a lot easier than struggling night in and night out.
And the Celtics in possession here. After Milwaukee picked up a 3 with their last shot. Pass to Pritchard. The 3. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound in this one. And then Porter with the dunk.
Yeah, check out the ups on Porter. Leaping off the floor and playing over the defense.
Here's Gonzalez. Up and in from the low block. So it's Milwaukee now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Porter, the pass to Nance. Right side Green, 4-3. Shireman grabs a board.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Milwaukee has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Porter looks it over. Well, Coach, the younger generation in the NBA just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, it's like anything, B.A. I mean, evolution is something that's real, right? People evolve and get better and build on the people ahead of them. You learn from the people ahead of you. The players watch guys as they grow up, and then they learn to do things. The next generation learns from them, and the skill level just continues to improve.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. And the basket by Trent.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Walsh. Now Bassey, defended by Portis. Here's Gonzalez. And the bucket is good. Gonzalez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. And the basket by Trent.
And after a lackluster first half, he's playing with a lot more energy now. Sometimes it takes that break to reset.
Here's Walsh. Pass to Pritchard. Out to the wing. Here's Gonzalez. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. Boy, he's really turned it around since the break. In a bit of a rhythm.
Porter against Pritchard. Well, officials have never been under greater scrutiny, so development is key, Grant. And I read now they have a training app refs can use on their phones.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the players leveraging electronics to train smarter, and it's great to see the officials making use of technology as well.
And he gets it to go. Porter's got 19 points.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Pritchard, the pass to Gonzalez. Here's Walsh. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
I mean, that was just terrific work to stay in control and finish.
And a new group getting ready for the Bucks. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Portis. Kuzma comes in for Nance. Jang, he's checked in for Green. And it's Rollins in for Trent. The Celtics also with a sub. Garza's checked in. So it's Milwaukee now. And here's Porter. Gonzalez pulls it in. For Boston, they've gone 6 for 9 here in the fourth quarter. Left side, Pritchard. And we're seeing some younger teams really on the rise here. Any particular reason, Grant?
Well, you know, it's part of the natural order of things. Certain players will dominate, and when they age, there are always those young upstarts vying to take the lead.
Here's Porter, following the bucket by Boston. Good on the shot. Porter's got 13 in the second half.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Now here's Pritchard. Pass to Garza. And the three-pointer goes.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Porter with it, defended by Pritchard. Porter's shot is off. Here's Walsh. Outside Pritchard. Here's Shireman. Pass to Gonzalez. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Pritchard. Turner covers. Pritchard, no good. For Milwaukee, they've gone 8 of 12 so far here in the fourth. And here is Kuzma. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Now Porter. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And such a threat with the basketball. Porter Jr. gets those fouls often.
For Milwaukee, Kevin Porter Jr. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And we continue to see the value of NBA franchises climb. Grant, are you glad you got in when you did?
Oh, yes, I am. I think beyond, though, the dollars and cents, it's just the joy of having a hand in the growth of this game and this league that we all love so much.
That one's no good.
The last pick of the first round in 2019, Porter Jr. plays with a chip on his shoulder. I love the competitive attitude.
Here's Shireman. Pass to Garza. Now Pritchard. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Here's Porter. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Here's Shireman. Pass to Gonzalez. There's a screen. 3-pointer. The rebound by the Bucks. Outside Porter. Here's Rollins. Beyond the arc. Porter's shot is off. The Celtics shooting just about 57% in this fourth quarter. Pritchard with it. Pass to Shireman. Here's Garza. The shot, no good. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner. There's the block. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. The Celtics making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
Number 77, Williams.
Here's Jang. On the wing, Porter. As players get bigger and faster, you think the league will have to widen the court at some point?
Well, B.A., I just don't think that's realistic, to be quite honest. And I think the reason is the league's all about money, right? I mean, it's a business. We've got to make money. And the arenas were all laid out. If you start making the court wider, you're going to take away rows of seats. Those are high-priced seats, B.A. We're not taking those away. I don't think widening the court is really realistic.
4 on the clock. Pritchard, the pass to Williams. Misses the jumper from the wing. The Bucks shooting the ball at 48% so far. Now here's Porter. Pass to Jang. Three-pointer. Shireman grabs a board. The Celtics have gotten 8 of 16 attempted shots to go here in the fourth. Williams, a screen on Kuzma. The kick out to Williams. Here's Shireman, out to the right wing. They get it back. Here's Walsh. Banked it in off the glass. Walsh has got 5 points in the quarter.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Now here's Kuzma. Fires the three. Shireman grabs a board.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter here. Takes the three. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Rollins. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Celtics.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And when we look at their record, this game pushes them to 49 wins. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jason Tatum.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense. But one positive takeaway, at least they're finally showing signs of life out there.
Yeah, a loss stings a little less if you at least feel like you put up a fight, but only a little less.
Here's Gonzalez. And Turner with the block.
Well, this is the kind of rim protection Turner provides. He knows his team relies on him to protect the paint. Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And so it's Boston with it, following the score by Milwaukee. Pass to Walsh. Back to Pritchard. Fires for three. The rebound by Turner. Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 13-5 run. Outside Porter. Lets it go from deep. Boston with a rebound. Here's Walsh. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Alex